Hello everybody, Villager Leader Prowl here, and today we got a big one. I plan on going over all trading based mechanics in Minecraft with you today. That way you know everything there is to know about trading. We're going to go over the actual like professions and individual things like enchantments and stuff like that in a future episode, but today I wanted to cover everything with trading, price increases, price discounts, resetting trades, etc, etc. There's so much to go over, but before we can do that, I kind of need a place for my villagers to actually go, because this right here, this is not going to work as they like eyeball me from below. That's kind of like sad. Yeah, it's very okay. Now they're bobbing their heads. We're going to get away from them. But yeah, we need a more permanent place for these guys to go, and for that I have a building that's going to go here and a building that's going to go right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just knock those out for you guys really quick. We have a courtyard that's going here too. It's going to look so awesome. We're going to go ahead. We're going to knock those buildings out really quick so we can get our villagers in place. I say really quick. It's probably going to take me a couple days to do it. So I will see you guys on the other side. Oh man, some progress has been made and it's starting to look good. I still have some more stuff to do here. But I'm at a point where I wanted to talk about our next step. Let me take you behind this house. This is just my way down here for right at this very moment. This takes us to the little basement area, and of course down here is where I have my villagers. I say of course, I don't think you guys have seen this, but they're here. They're right here. It's fine. It works. We need to block this off. I probably need a light over here somewhere. We'll do that in a little bit. I don't want these guys to be able to die. But here's what we gotta do. I've got to get all of these villagers aligned both across here and across here, as well as up here inside of this building and inside of this building right here, all in their particular spots where they need to go. So the way that this works with villagers is unfortunately quite interesting. Is first of all, they're going to want to wander everywhere, and it's going to be extremely annoying, especially with as many villagers as we have here. Luckily though, villagers, they will go to and stay at a workstation. Now I'm gonna have to do a couple things here. I need to block villagers from getting anywhere over here. So I'm thinking we'll just keep this super simple. I'll do something like this right here. This should block them from getting over there. I could probably put a block right here. I can jump here. I can jump here. I can get down there if need be. I can get back up here if need be. So I'm kind of free to travel, which is good. I need to be free to travel. These guys will be free to travel around down here, which is okay as long as a zombie or something doesn't get down here, which I think they're safe. But more importantly, let me get a workstation really quick, and I'm going to show you how to trap a villager. I'm going to do most of this on stream just because it's a long, tedious process to do with this many villagers, and I need to get some villagers up here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to maybe figure that out. But more so, I really need to get this built out to actually hold all of the villagers. And we're going to use the same process that we used earlier on in the series. If you weren't here for that, have no fear, I will show you. Okay, some magic has occurred. I figured out a layout that I like, and I like it a pretty decent amount actually. And I like it a pretty decent amount actually. So just so you know what it is that you're looking at here, this is going to be where our librarians eventually go. And we'll have lecterns on top of here. These right here, I just put placeholders there. We're going to change these over to honey blocks. We're going to have to make a honey farm. And I'll go over why that is when we get to that point. It's not super important now, but basically it keeps the villagers from hopping out of their workstation. And I don't have to like put something over top of their head to trap them in. We got that set up here, 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 and all over here. So we're really well set up for our villagers to move in here for our librarians. except for the fact we don't have honey blocks. Same thing over here too. This is going to have some other workstations. I'm not going to go over that now quite yet either, but we'll have workstations here. Slightly different setup, because if there was a chest right here, some of the workstations I wouldn't be able to open the chest. So instead I put these ones like a little bit further down, like right here. So same general layout there. It'll kind of look the same, just the chest is further down. So that's super cool. And overall, while I'm not quite ready to move things up here yet, because I need to get the honey blocks first, I don't want to have to put something else there and then like move the honey blocks in later. I did some practicing of that in a test world. It's a pain in the butt. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to skip that for now. And instead, we're going to do some work down below. Now, this plan is actually new, and it's actually set the pace for this whole episode. And I'm kind of glad that it happened now after the fact. But for me to get to this point, disaster struck during stream, and it was enough to make me rage quit for the day. Wait, I swear I just heard damage. I swear to God, I just heard villager damage. Ah! No! Save the villagers! No! Save me! No! What happened?
Emotional damage.
I'm gonna die! So yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how it happened. Whatever. It's in the past. I'm over it now. I got to sit down after we quit that stream and just think to myself on what it was that I wanted to do and wanted to accomplish. And I'm super happy where we've gotten. This is what we're going to do. This is where and how we're going to go over our villager mechanics. We're going to do it all down here. I set up a little basement room here. We've abandoned the like hallway area that we were going to do, where I was going to put villagers like all through here, because I've found that with this new way to stack villagers super close, I have enough room up there and up there to get most of my villagers. Remember, we have 80. If I counted right, I think we could fit 60 up there total between this place and the one over there, close to 60 anyways. And then the rest I could put down here in the basement of this one and down here in the basement of this one. And I still like the idea of having them connected, so I can just kind of walk between the two. I don't have to go up the steps and come down the steps and all that. And then once we get all these guys in place, we'll open this thing back up so where we can get down there. I hopefully, cross my fingers, knock on wood, all of that stuff. I hopefully have it safe enough now to where a zombie doesn't get in here and kill all these guys again, because as you saw, I was devastated. But now we get to go over the fun part, which is we're going to lock some villagers in place and go over mechanics. I'm actually going to make the same, not the exact same, but a very similar setup to what I did up here for where my villagers are going to go, or the little stations that they're going to sit in. Let me get the stations set up, and then we'll move some villagers in place, and we're going to go over some awesome village trade mechanics that are going to make you a villager trading pro in no time. Okay, the setup is done. Just I really want to turn the chests around, but we'll do that later. I'm not worried about it right now. I like it when they face forward. Anyways, now we're going to get some professions in place. I'm just going to use the same old trick that I've been using. I'm going to go ahead and place the profession block right here. A villager should come linked to it. Actually, let's do, that's him. Hi. I want to place more profession blocks. I want to place this one and just get them all in. Okay, we have all the profession blocks here. Is he gonna? Okay, he really wants that one. Okay, so we have him in. Bam, he's locked. That is your profession block, sir. Do not leave it. Just because of how many of these guys we have in here right now, this is going to be in the pain in the butt. So I'm going to get them all locked into place, and then we'll start going over trade mechanics. All right, we started from the bottom, but now we're here. Let's go over some really important things that have to do with villager trading. And honestly, let me start with one of the biggest, most important things that is a huge misconception from some people out there that just, they don't keep up with Minecraft news and information. You may remember about a year ago or so, maybe a little bit less than that, Minecraft tested out, they talked about changing villager trading to where to get certain villager librarian trades, I think it was exclusively librarians, to get certain like books, you had to have those villagers in certain biomes. I wanted to cover that now, even though we're not doing the librarians today. That never went into the game. It was only a test. They did not continue it. It's still technically into testing. They haven't said anything about it in a long time. So that does not exist. It's not a thing. You can get any trade in any biome for any villager. Okay, now that that's out the way, we've already kind of gone over and talked about some of the basic things already. When you put a workstation down, a villager links to that workstation. If I, can I do this? Let's maybe try to do it. We'll do it with this guy on the end. If I take up his workstation, he unlinked from the workstation and linked to another one. That's fine. That happens. We'll get him converted back here in a second. He changed to a farmer because I have an extra composter somewhere that's allowing him to change to a farmer. I don't want the farmer here, so we're gonna just here. We'll let him go. I'll get somebody else back in his place here in a little bit. He's not important, sir. You're free to roam. Go about your way. When you put down a workstation, a villager links to it. Basically, if there is a workstation within the bounding area of the village, within the village's area, then a villager will link to that. It doesn't matter where they are. It's a little bit different than Java Edition. In Java Edition, they will link to the station closest to them and they have to be able to path to it. On Bedrock Edition, it does not work like that. They will link to any workstation that is in a super top secret, you can't see it as the player, priority list. So the priority list is there. So basically that priority list exists. You know nothing about it. You just know that the villager is going to link to whatever he wants to link to, basically, right? But there's ways you can manipulate it like we did here by putting down the blocks, letting the villagers link to it. The villager that links to it goes up to it. He stands on top of it. He looks down at it and we know that's our guy. We push him in. Now, traditionally in the past, one way that you can 100% ensure that these guys do not unlink from their workstation is you could put water at their feet. Now, that shouldn't matter anymore. They should not need water at their feet to stay linked to their bed, to stay linked to their workstation. So we're gonna try that. I think it's gonna work. I'm pretty confident. They will always stay linked to their workstation because they're in front of it. They can reach it all the time. We shouldn't have to worry about that. So you don't need a water bucket, but if you want to still use it because you'd rather be safe than sorry, then by all means go for it. Now to interact with the villager, you just simply click on them and you can trade them things that they want. One cool little thing with villagers here on Bedrock Edition is if you pull out something that they like to trade, they'll let you know it. I have a piece of coal right here. They want to trade with me. So they pull out the emeralds and show me like, hey, can I have that? So that's super cool. And then I can click on one of these guys. It doesn't matter which one. I can click and I can trade with him. Now, as soon as I trade with a villager, that villager is what you would call locked, meaning that his trades cannot, will not, shall not, will never change. That's it. His whole line of trades, that's it. They're not going to change. Now, you do have ways that you can manipulate these villagers to trade you the things that you want. This will be a little bit more important on our librarian friends when we get to them. But it can still even be important for these guys. And I will kind of show you here in just a moment. I'm putting these here temporarily because I'm going to be moving these profession blocks. And that's going to allow these guys to potentially escape. I don't want that. I don't want them to escape. But what we will do is we will grab a sticky piston and we're going to put it right here. I'm going to take a lever, put it on top of this sticky piston. Oh, this is going to cause a problem. because when I do that, one of these guys, he's going to change to a farmer. Easy fix. Easy fix. Okay. I think if I put this here, can he get on that? I don't think so. We need to call the herd a little bit. Not of the villagers, of the profession blocks. We'll get rid of several of them. That should fix my problem, I think. What we're looking for is unemployed villagers. We want to see some villagers that don't have a job. I see one right there. He's got no hat on. That means we've gotten rid of enough of the extra profession blocks around. So we're good. We're good. He also linked back up here. Do you see that? So when he gets back on there, we can fix that problem. We can get him trapped again. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to move his profession block. When I move it, he unlinks from it, and then he shortly links back up to it. You got little happy particles. That's telling me that he linked up. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to hear. And then now his trades are potentially different. Before he had a helmet here, he still has a helmet here. Swap him again. Still helmet and pants. Boots and boots. So you see his trades do change. This matters for some villagers and not for others. I'm going to recommend you go to the wiki, although we will cover this a couple episodes from now, because some villagers, it doesn't matter. Like the trades that you would care about, they exist on every single villager. Other villagers, they may offer different trades. These guys, they actually offer different trades. Now, we're going to make things more efficient, to make things better. We're going to use a resource pack. This is not disable achievements or anything like that. We're going to use a resource pack that you can get if you're on PC or mobile. It's called See All Trades or something like that. Let me get it loaded. Okay, and here we are in the global resources area. It's actually called Trading Helper. You can find it on bedrocktweaks.net. We're gonna go ahead and activate that just in our global resources, so we can use this on a realm, on a server, on our own private world. We can use this anywhere. Some people, maybe you consider it cheating. If you do, I can understand that. But my general rule for cheating is that as long as you're being honest with people and showing them what you're doing and you're not breaking any rules, then you're not really cheating in Minecraft. You can't really cheat in Minecraft unless you're breaking somebody's rules or you're lying about what it is you're doing or how you're doing something. In this case, we're not doing any of that. So now when I click on this guy and look, it will show me all of his trades. I can now see that he has leggings and a chest plate. That's kind of good, right? So if I want to get diamond leggings and a diamond chest plate, I can get those things right here from one villager. Okay, so I like that. I want to go ahead and I want to lock this guy's trades in. So I'm going to take this coal and I can put it in here and click trade, or I can just go over here and on PC, I can right click it and it traded with him one time. He's locked. Now, if I do this, it doesn't matter. He will not lose his profession. He is forever a armorer, and he will forever have this set of trades. That's it for this guy. Even if you change him into a zombie and change him back, which we'll go over a little bit later, he's still going to be that. So we can get this thing out of the way. Don't need it right now. And now we can do... No. And now we can actually level him up. You guys can actually see, thanks to me having this change to the UI here and being able to see everything, you can see the progression. He's level 1 right now. That's novice. Level 2 is apprentice, level 3 journeyman, level 4 expert, and level 5 master. You level up a villager by trading with them. This bar right here, this is the XP bar. This is how much experience points he has and how long it takes him to level up. So as I go through and trade, and one more should get me to level 2. Now I have unlocked iron for emerald trade and emerald for chain boots trade. Chain boots are kind of interesting because you can't get them anywhere else. This is the only way to get them is either mob drops or via villager trading, or you can find it in chests, but you can't make it. So now we can trade this guy iron. Well, isn't that convenient? Because right down here we have our iron block farm. That's right. If you didn't see the episode, we are directly farming iron blocks. They automatically get crafted up by our auto crafter system that I have set up right here. We did this in the last episode. Go check it out if you haven't already. And we just get iron blocks directly into our chests. How wonderful is that? So I have a couple stacks of iron blocks on me right now. That's convenient. We can now go through and trade iron that we are producing from an iron farm right here, and we could trade it with these armorer villagers to get ourselves emeralds. Now, emeralds, these guys, they're super important when it comes to trading. Here, I'm going to do some trading right now. Just going to right click this all the way through. You're going to notice a couple things. First of all, I got to level 3, super cool. Level 4 is not unlocked yet, but we did get to level 3. And this has a big X in it because once you trade a certain number of times, that's it. You can't trade anymore. You do have a maximum that you can do. So that maximum can slightly vary depending on what trade that it is. But generally speaking, that number is 12. That's the most common one. That's the most common amount of times you could trade before something is emptied out, at least to the best of my knowledge. But either way, you'll know when you can't trade anymore because you get this big X. Now, how do you get rid of that X? Well, 2 times a day, I think once at noon and once overnight, a villager resets his trades. That means that he restocks his trades, rather, I guess is the better way to say it. So after that time goes by, I can then come back to this villager. He'll be willing to trade with me again, which is awesome. Now, while we wait for this villager to refresh his trades, let's talk about prices. There is kind of an economy built into the game in a way. The more you make a trade with a villager, his prices will go up. He'll charge you more iron or more emeralds for whatever it is you're trying to trade, the more you try to trade that specific thing. So we will go through and we'll trade with this guy again when it's available. It should still be 4 iron ingots then. And then after that, his prices, they should go up. And while I couldn't find, I took a look, I could not find any definitive information on the exact mechanics of how price raising and price lowering works on Bedrock Edition. What are the percentages? How long does it take for them to go up? How long does it take for them to go down, etc. Here I am after just 1 trade cycle the next day, and his prices have already gone up. Now, I think if you catch them 2 trade cycles in a row within the same day, you won't have to pay the higher price the second time. But once that day resets, I think it's when the prices go up, and they will continually go up if you keep trading. So if I traded with him again at the 6 iron per emerald rate, then it would go up again to a higher rate. If I wait, I think like a full game day, maybe it's 2 game days, something like that, this price will go down. It might go down to 5 first and then go down to 4. It might go back down to 4 again. I'm not 100% sure on the exact mechanics here. Maybe somebody down in the comment section below can give us a little bit of additional information to help us learn that. So if you know for sure how it works, then please drop the information down in the comments. But otherwise, when it comes to pricing, it just is what it is. That's how it works. Okay, now with the talk of raising prices out of the way, yes, villagers do suffer from inflation as well. We're going to talk about labeling your villagers. Now, based on the type of villager that you're doing, this may or may not be more important to you. But I'm going to do it with all of my villagers because I want to know. You could do 2 things. You can use, well, there's probably a few things you could do, but the best things are to use a sign, either a regular sign, which you could put like right here on the front of the job block, or you could have a block up here you put it on, or if you want to be extra fun, like I'm going to be here, you can do hanging signs. Why did that do that? I don't know. So we're going to put hanging signs above all of them because it gives us a good reason to use them in the first place. And now if we want to label a villager like this guy right here, I think we said he had diamond pants and chest plate. So I'm just going to put like chest plate pants. One thing to keep in mind is you do have less space to type on these signs than you do the regular ones. So if you want to maybe include, like, not have to abbreviate as much or include the prices of what the things cost, especially for librarians, you might want to use regular signs for the space. But I really like the aesthetic of this, so we're just going to use the hanging signs. It's going to look awesome. And as we go through in a future episode and set all these guys into their trades, we'll go through and we'll mark what each one of them carries to make it super easy for us to know who to go to for what. And now I have one final thing, maybe the most important thing to talk about when it comes to villagers, and that's how to get lower. Man, this is awkward. Look at them all staring at me. Can we move over here or something? That's a little bit better. And that has to do with getting lower prices on villagers. You can discount villagers, and I'm going to do a whole episode showing the best methods of doing this, and to just really make sure you guys have a good understanding of how it works and how low your prices can get. But I want to have all my villagers in place first before I do that. But the 3 methods that you can use, in case you want to know what they are right now, there's 3 different methods you can use that can stack. And there's mechanics that used to be in place that are no longer in place that I wanted to call out. So, I don't know how long ago it was, 6 months, 9 months, a year, something around there. They nerfed villager price discounts. And what they did when they nerfed them was they made it so you couldn't stack them to the point where everybody would cost a 1-for-1 trade. You could spend 1 emerald to get 1 item, or 1 item per 1 emerald. Not to say that there's not still trades you can do that with, but you used to be able to do it with pretty much everything. What you would do is you would take 1 villager and you would change him into a zombie and change him back into a villager anywhere from like 3 to 5 times to get the lowest possible discount that could exist. And that was it. If you did that, it's a little bit of a like pain in the butt to do, but once you did it, you had permanent maximum discounts. It really made trading super easy. I'm not going to talk about whether it was a good idea or not too much. I think they kind of needed to do it, but you may disagree, and that's fine. But now here's the best way to do it. You can discount 3 ways. These ways don't stack with themselves, but they stack with each other. Way number 1, if I take this villager right here, I change him into a zombie, and then I change him back into a villager. We'll go over that process in the future episode. Then he will get a discount, a pretty decent discount. He'll get a discount off of his prices. He'll start to sell stuff for less. If I were to do it a second time, it's not going to give me any extra discount. But if I discount this guy and I change him back, not only does he get a discount, all of the villagers around him also get a discount. That's actually kind of good. That's kind of cool. So you can do 1 villager, and within a certain area, all the other villagers will get a discount too. We're going to set up an actual station for that somewhere up there to where it gets all of our villagers. It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll get a lot of discounts. So those 2 discounts stack together. There is a 3rd discount you can get. It's called Hero of the Village. If you defeat a raid, if you start a raid, we'll go over raids in the future too. If you start a raid at a village, you defeat the raid, you get an effect on you that lasts, I can't remember how long, it's a long time. You get an effect on you called Hero of the Village, and then when you go to trade with your villagers, they offer a lower price. So to get the lowest prices that you could possibly get in the game, you convert every villager 1 time from a zombie villager to a villager, and then you have a group discount villager, however you want to set it up. Again, we'll do that in a future episode, where you change him from a villager to a zombie and then back again. He will give a discount to everybody in the area. That stacks. And then you get the Hero of the Village effect by defeating a raid, maybe at a raid farm. We'll probably do one of those in the future too. And that gets you a 3rd discount. So you add those 3 discounts together to get the lowest possible prices that you can get. And as far as villager mechanics go individually, that's all I have for you guys. We have some big stuff coming up in future episodes that we need to do. We need to go to the nether to get some stuff. We need to make a honey farm, so a honey block farm, so we can properly lock all of our villagers in place the way that I want to. We need to go over trades with librarians to get all of the enchantments in the game and go over what those enchantments are. We need to go all of the other trades. We need to go over discounts. There's so many things we have coming up in the next several episodes. You guys are 100% not going to want to miss it. If you enjoyed today's episode, the like button is down there. Please give the video a like. It helps more people find the video and find the channel. If you enjoy my content, click the subscribe button as well. That helps us out and lets me see that you guys are enjoying the content. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching today, and goodbye.